This video will show you how to use the group assignment features of the assignment module in Moodle 2.4. In order to do this, you need to first create your groups of students. So go to the settings block on the left, under Users, and click on Groups. On this screen, you can either use the Create Group button to create each one of your student groups manually one by one, or you can use the Auto Create Groups button to automatically create groups of either a set number of students or a set number of groups. First, select Student from the Roles menu at the top. Then specify whether or not you want to specify the number of groups or the number of members per group. Here we're going to select Members per Group, and we're going to set it so that there are 3 members per each group. Now you see here there are 2 settings with a green star next to it. If you don't see those, click the Show Advanced button in the right here, and they should appear. The Prevent Last Small Group checkbox will make sure you don't end up with any groups of 1 or 2 when they make the groups. And you can choose different ways to allocate members. We'll choose randomly here. Give a naming scheme to your groups. I recommend making sure that you include the name of your assignment. And then you want to make sure to choose it to create a new grouping. You'll want to make sure to set the grouping name to also be related to your assignment. This way, if you have different groups for different assignments, you'll be able to tell which is which. So now you can see it's created 3 groups. I have 10 students, so one group has 4 students in it, and the other 2 groups have 3 students in it. That's indicated by the parentheses. And when you click on each group name, you can see who the members are. If you wish to change any of the group members, you can use the Add Remove Users button under the Members of Assignment Group column. Now that we have the different groups for this assignment, we need to put them together into a grouping to assign it to the assignment on the main page. So go to the Groupings tab. You'll see that it's automatically created groupings, 1 per group, and then one big one here at the end that includes all 3 of your groups. That's the one we want to use for the group assignment. So now we're going to go back to our main page and have a look at our assignment. I have a group assignment here. I'm going to open it up, and then to get into the settings, I'm going to click on Edit Settings under Assignment Administration in the Settings block. I'm going to make sure that I name this assignment appropriately, and then scroll down to the Assignment Settings section. Towards the bottom part of this settings section, you'll see a couple of new settings. Students submit in groups, you want to set to yes. You also have a setting to choose which grouping you want to use for this assignment. Remember, we want to choose the one that contains all 3 of these groups that we just made, Group Assignment 1. The third setting that's related to the group's assignments is requiring all members of the group to use the Submit button to submit the assignment. This is related to a setting up above that requires students to use a Submit button in general. If you set that to yes, then down below you'll be able to select all group members using a Submit button. However, I'm going to set them to no because it doesn't seem like something that really needs to be done on this assignment. Now that I've got my assignment set up, I'm going to go ahead and save. Now you can see on your assignment page that there is a group setting and that there are 3 groups assigned to submit to this assignment. And if I go to View Grade All Submissions, I'll have a group column and group submission status column in the grading report here. Now after some students have submitted the assignment, we'll go back in and we'll see how to grade it. Go back to View Grade All Submissions. And you can see that there have been a couple of people who have submitted the assignment. A student has submitted the assignment for grading on behalf of Assignment 1B group, and the group of submission status is submitted for grading. You can see that although other members don't have the submitted for grading, their group submission status does say submitted for grading. The same is true of Assignment 1 Group C. However, Assignment 1 Group A hasn't submitted their paper yet. Also, if you scroll to the right, you'll see the file is submitted under all members of the group's names. So everybody has the submitted file associated with their name. To assign a grade to a group, you have to go under the Edit menu and click that Grade button. Here you can enter a number grade out of the total numbers that we put in the assignment. And then down below the feedback areas, you'll notice Apply Grades and Feedback to Entire Group. It defaults to Yes when you're using group grading. If you save that and you go back to the grading grid, you'll see that all members of Assignment 1 Group B now have 80 out of 100 points in their grade column. So we can go ahead and do the same for Assignment Group C. Go to Grade here and enter a grade for the entire group, making sure that it's applying to the whole group, and then save. Group A didn't submit anything for this assignment, so I'm going to go ahead and go in there and make sure to give all of those students a 0 for this assignment. Now everyone's status is showing as graded, and you can see all of the grades have filled in to the final grade column, which is what will be reflected in the gradebook. Another thing that you can do is you can assign a specific grade to a particular student in a group if you feel it's warranted. For example, I heard that 4th student didn't really do quite as much work as everybody else. So I can use the quick grading column here to assign a slightly lower grade to that student compared to the rest of the students in that group. Now that I've done that, you can see that 4th student got a 75. They're in Group B, but other members of Group B still retained the 80-point grade. And that's all there is to know about group assignments in Moodle 2.4.